Hello, my lovely students. So nice to see you. It's lovely, lovely, lovely that you have come here for this Finnish lesson. I mean, obviously you would fail the course if you missed lessons, so I guess you don't have other choice, but it's still lovely to see you here. Today we're gonna be doing some phrases, new phrases mainly, since we have been talking about vocabulary a lot. We have seen all kinds of different words and how those words work, but today we will be going through all the most important phrases that you need in everyday life. So let's get started. First off, I assume that most of you remember what hello is. Let's see if this pen will show up. Yes. Not quite much. Hello in Finnish is yes. Rose. Thank you. Yes, it's hey. Do you remember the other possible options? Or let's maybe ask others in the class. Sam, maybe you can tell. Okay, so moi. Yes, that works too. And others? Yes, Lucy, you can go. Terve, that is correct one as well. And do we have more? Okay, well, I would still add maybe moro to this list. It's not necessary. And you can also say moikka. These are more of, spoken language things, but it's important that you recognize them when someone says them, so that you don't misinterpret whatever they are saying. So all these options you can say for hello or hi. Okay. Now, let's start, or continue rather, with excuse me, sorry, and pardon. So, as I've said before, all of these three words have the same word that you can use in Finnish. Sorry, excuse me, and pardon. So, write that down. You can add, substitute these a bit with other words like at the end, but in general all of these can be summed up to anteeksi. 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 Okay, good. So in the case of sorry, it would usually just be anteeksi. In situation where you would use excuse me, again, in most situations you would just say anteeksi. And pardon, you could say anteeksi, voisitko toistaa, anteeksi en kuullut, or something like that. Okay. And I'll jump to the next page here. Because next I would like to go for some other greetings, like good morning, good morning in Finnish is hyvää huomenta. It's written like this. I try to write big enough so that you all can see. Hyvää huomenta. Yes. That's good morning. Good afternoon would be hyvää iltapäivää. Hyvää iltapäivää. I'll show it to you in a second. Hyvää iltapäivää. Okay, and you might see here some words that you recognize. So ilta means evening and päivä means day, so it's like good evening day, which means afternoon. And good evening good evening would be simply hyvää. Let's just mark it. It's the same start again. And here it would be ilta. Hyvää iltaa. Okay. And night would be again like this. And as I said, ilta is evening, but this is like the objective form, so there is another a at the end, as like here you can see day is päivä, but there's another a because it's the objective form. Yes. Here again would be good night, right? Good night would be hyvää yötä. Hyvää yötä. And yö is night here. And the T is added there because you can't say yö. That yö, 3 vowels right after each other would be extremely difficult to pronounce. Okay. Let me take a tiny sip of water here. So, let me try another pen again. Did all of you get all of that written down? Yeah, and you have it in your books as well, right? Okay. Next we would go for nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. in Finnish would be mukava tavata or mukava tavata sinut. You just say mukava tavata. And I show you here how it's written. See? Mukava tavata. Pretty simple. Nothing special there. Okay. And next we would maybe go for like you too, which in Finnish would be like thank you and same. In this case, I don't know how to describe this in the best manner, but in many situations when someone says, for example, any of these good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, you can almost always say like thank you same or same. So same would just be samoin, and that could easily be like an answer to any greeting, like good afternoon, you can say samoin. Or then you can say kiitos samoin, which is more polite form. Usually you would use this with people who you don't necessarily know that well, and this with like familiar people. This just means thank you, and this just means like same to you. Samoin, okay. And next we would maybe want to have a nice weekend, because that's also quite a common phrase. Have a nice weekend. Would be mukava viikonloppua. See, I didn't put this with the good morning, good evening stuff, because you can see we're using here the same adjective as we're using here. It's like nice to meet you. Have a nice weekend is wishing mukavaa viikonloppua. Yeah. Pretty simple again. Now, next we would maybe want to have enjoy your meal. Or a general greeting, or like, or a polite thing to say before you start eating would be hyvää ruokahalua. Hyvää ruokahalua. And here we're using again the good word that we use with good evening, good afternoon, good everything. It's like good appetite, hyvää ruokahalua. And this means ruoka, as you know, means food, and halu means like a want or a wish. Want in this case, so it's like good want for food. Yeah, pretty simple again, not too difficult. So in Finnish in general we do not use word please. In most cases where you would put please in English, you can use the Finnish word for thank you. Which is kiitos. But you can also use it always, just thanking for anything. So, could I have a pen? In Finnish would be saisinko kynän, and in English you would often say, could I have a pen please? But in Finnish you can just say saisinko kynän, and if you want to be extra polite, which is in most cases not necessary, you can add saisinko kynän kiitos, but it's not too common in Finnish, so you can just forget pleases. Remember to use conditional forms though. So, like, could I have the pen? Could you pass me something? Because if you use like imperative forms towards other people, that will just seem bossy and rude. But using please is not necessary in most situations. Now, what other things come to mind quickly? Well, for example, sleep well is something I often say to people. That can be nuku hyvin. Nuku hyvin, which just means sleep well. Other things you can say is kauniita unia, which means beautiful dreams, and so on. In most cases you can just say goodnight, which was hyvää yötä, as we discussed earlier. Okay. Now, happy birthday is probably something we also want to have. Happy birthday. In Finnish that would be, well, I'm gonna put this down for writing it. This is a very, very long word. So, hyvää syntymäpäivää. And in most cases, when in English there might be a difference with good and happy when you say something. Most of times in Finnish the more common word to use is good. So here it would be good birthday. Happy birthday would technically be onnellista syntymäpäivää, but that is not as commonly used, even though it can be used as well. So, hyvää syntymäpäivää. Päivä here again is day, and syntymä is birth, obviously. Pretty easy. Something else then in Finnish you might want to note is happy name day. So celebrating name days is quite common in Finland. There is not too many actual celebrations. It's just you it's more like just like you tell the people happy name day and nothing else. No gifts. Maybe sometimes coffee or something, like going to a cafe, having a nice day. But it's nothing big, it's just something cool to notice. If you read the Finnish calendars, you can always see whose name day it is. And if you see your friend there, or a person you know, their name in the calendar, you can send them a message and say, hyvää nimipäivää. And this is again Here you can see hyvää nimipäivää. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Nothing difficult about that. Then of course there is all the greetings like Merry Christmas, again in Finnish would be hyvää joulua. Joulu is Christmas. Happy Easter would be hyvää pääsiäistä. Like Happy Midsummer would be hyvää juhannusta. Then there's Happy 1st of May would be hyvää vappua. There is a lot of different holidays that you might want to note, but they are not worth going through all of them. So something that I think is important though is like saying goodbye, obviously, and sending greetings. So greetings to your partner, for example. Greetings to your partner would be terveisiä kumppanillesi. Terveisiä kumppanillesi. So the only things I want you to note here is terveisiä, which is greetings, obviously, and here the ending here. So there's many situations. Greetings to your mother, terveisiä äidillesi, terveisiä isällesi is greetings to your father. The lessy ending is pretty common when you are talking about someone who is somehow related to another person. And then you could say greetings to Anna, for example, which would be greetings to, or terveisiä Annalle. So then with names there would be the LLA ending. Pretty simple again, not much. Now let's go for bye. So bye in Finnish could be several things. I think you guys know this, but I'm gonna write this down quickly. So hei hei, heippa. Some of these can be used as greetings as well. See you would be näkemiin. Till we see again is this. Some people can say näkemisiin. And something very common in Finnish is to say good continuation of the day. So for example, you have a lunch with someone and then you continue on your own paths, then you say good continuation of a day, which would be hyvää päivän jatkoa. So here it's the day, and it's its genitive form, so days, and jatko is continuation, so good continuation of the day, or so good rest of the day. That's kind of what it means. if you speak with someone on phone, you can say kuulemisiin, which is like until I hear you again. It's like kuulemisiin. And so on. Farewell would be hyvästi, which is like farewell, we will never see again. Hyvästi. I don't really know how to break that down better to you, but that's farewell in Finnish. Okay. I actually think that we went through everything that I wanted to go through. If you have any questions, you can write them in the chat and I can answer them. And now you could start going with your personal exercises, learning whatever we just went through. I already did send you some vocabularies by mail, so I hope you read those again. And yeah, the lesson is over now. I hope you learned, and I hope you will continue to learn and work on this from home so that you learn all of this properly. It was lovely to have you here, and I hope to see you on the next lesson, or you will fail, which is not really my problem, is it? So, have a lovely day. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hello lovelies, thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment for our algorithm, subscribe, and if you want to vote for what video topics we have and have bigger impact on the content of this channel, join the channel to become a member. Here is a list of all our current members who are awesome.